Hey, welcome. We're starting a new channel. I'm calling it Called to Adventure. There's this thing that's been on my mind and my heart for a long time now, and it's just an itch that I cannot scratch. And every time I think about it, every time I get into it, I just think, man, I have to spread this message and I have to talk about it. And so here we are. And I hope this is helpful for you. I want to focus in on how we got here, how I got here, and why it's important to you. So stick around. Uh, I know your time is precious. I'm not going to waste it, I promise. If this is our first time meeting, hello, my name's Kian. I ran a gym for 13 years, fitness guy, and when COVID hit, I had to reevaluate a lot. Our gym got shut down. We were in California. California said, sorry, you can't operate. This is too serious of a thing. And regardless of where you stand on the COVID restrictions, we shut down and lost our probably 95% of our membership within a 1 week span. It was brutal. It was tough. It made me pull back and think, what is it that I want to do? How do I want to leave my impact here on the earth? And I started thinking, I started writing, I started, doing an incredible amount of journaling and thinking how I wanted to be present in the world and how I wanted to present myself and how I wanted to come about. As I got into writing, as I got into storytelling, I realized there's this common theme that you've probably heard of. It's called the hero's journey. It's this cycle that every story, everywhere, it weaves its way around this hero's journey. It's the story of all of us. And as I started thinking about my faith, I started thinking, oh my gosh, I think there's a connection here. I think there's a connection between the hero's journey in story and how we as people on this earth, as Christians, should be living our lives. I think it's woven into scripture. It's woven into how God has spoken through the prophets, how he spoke through Jesus. All of that is reflected within the hero's journey, which got me thinking, if the hero's journey is this story archetype, and if it's woven throughout biblical text as well, then maybe within that, there's a key to leading a good life, to leading a life of purpose and adventure and meaning. And so I started writing about that. I started writing my own stories, my own fiction, my own things. I thought maybe, hey, I should go down this route and start teaching people how to write. That's how I'm going to get after it. That's how I'm going to help people. Thought maybe I'd open up my own publishing agency or editing agency. I don't know. And what it came down to is, while those things are good, and while I may have some skills in those things, my primary, I guess, blessings, my giftings, have always been on encouraging the individual, on helping people overcome the challenge in their lives and get into a life of adventure. When I was running my gym, I realized, the primary thing that we talked about, it wasn't necessarily fat loss. It wasn't even looking good. It wasn't building muscle. It wasn't preventing injury. Like, those were all parts of what we did in the gym. But really what we did, and the thing that I'm most proud of when I think back on those years, was that we allowed our members, we allowed our clients to access a part of them that the world beats down, that they have doubt in, and we freed them to go live a life of meaning, purpose, and adventure. The reason that I'm calling this Called to Adventure is twofold. One, I believe a lot of us are stuck in what the hero's journey calls the ordinary world. The ordinary world is the place of comfort. It's where the hero starts. It's Hobbiton. Is that where Frodo starts? I'm not a massive Lord of the Rings fan, but it's the village. It's the town. It's Luke with his aunt and uncle. That's the normal world. Our normal world is pacifying. It's distracting. It's that place that pulls us into this false sense of comfort, saying, hey, you know what? You need the good job. You need to live life the way everyone else lives their life. You need to make a lot of money. You need to have your retirement. You need to do all these things. And hey, some of those things are really good. I have my retirement. I invest in this. I have a nice job that allows me to have the flexibility to make videos like this and do my writing. But the ordinary world, it also puts on these blinders. It closes things in to the point where it's so hard to see where you could go. And I think all of us, my belief truly is this, is that we are all called to adventure. God is whispering to us. He says, come with me. Over that ridge, you have no idea what adventure, excitement, and bounty awaits you. All you have to do is come. The weird thing about adventure, when I say that word, people are like, oh, you want us to go, fight pirates or, go do these drastic things. And I don't believe that's true. When I talk about adventure and being called to adventure, what I think that can be lived out as a stay-at-home mom raising her kids. I think there's adventure there. Gosh, I was a stay-at-home dad for multiple years during the pandemic while my wife was working in healthcare, and that was an adventure. I know it's true. So that's one aspect. That's one way you could live out adventure. Adventure could be opening your own business. Adventure could be, starting something like this with me and spreading a message. It could be, there are so many routes, but really what it is, it's slowing things down enough in your ordinary world to see where God is calling you. He is calling you on an adventure that only you can go on. He is calling you on an adventure that if you listen, I promise you, it'll be the adventure of a lifetime. It'll be the greatest thing that you can possibly imagine. That's why I want to talk about this. So that's the first reason. And the second reason is I'm a writer. I love to write. It's one of my home bases. It calms me, it helps me. And as I was journaling about the call to adventure, so I was thinking about this idea of meaning and purpose and adventure within my own writing, I realized, oh my goodness, not only do I need to spread this through video, I need to write a book about this. So in a lot of ways, this channel is not only a place where you can come, where you can rest, where you can feel those motivational stories, you can be inspired and go out to go out and live your adventure. It's also a testing ground for me. I need your help because when I'm in a room and I'm sitting down and I'm writing, it's me and the page and God and the muses and the paper, and sometimes I get in this spiral and I'm not sure if these ideas even resonate with anyone else. So this is my testing ground, and I invite you to come with me. And I think the first thing I would challenge you to do, I don't think you should go quit your job to go move across the world and do something drastic like that. I don't think that's the call to adventure. I think my challenge to you, as I'm a faith-believing person, and I think you could do this as someone who does not believe in Jesus, who does not believe in Christianity, but it's so much more powerful if you do. My challenge to you is this, is open up a journal, a blank sheet of paper, doesn't have to be anything special. Heck, it could be a 3x5 card. I want you to sit down. I want you to get quiet, and I want you to just sit and dream with God. Think about where your life is right now, and think about all the wonderful things that you have. And I want you to open your mind, open your heart, and just dream. What could be next? What could be the great thing that God's calling to you that's just around the corner? Because I believe this is that when the desires of your heart are in alignment with God, nothing is impossible. When you are in alignment with your purpose here on earth, and when you have that internal meaning that you're not doing this for fame, you're not doing this for fortune, you're doing this because you know it's the thing that you need to do. The one thing, the thing that you are called to do right now, you're unstoppable because that's your mission, that's your purpose. And I want to encourage you to do that. Sit down in a quiet room, dream about this, think about where you could go. Because I think, when we talk about this concept of the ordinary world, I think about the people who get trapped by Netflix, trapped by alcohol use, trapped by routine, worst of all, trapped by busyness. whatever this resistance that's coming your way, I don't think that Satan really has to work that hard because we're so busy. And the reason sitting in a quiet room with a piece of paper and dreaming is so powerful is it turns everything off. Turn off your phone, turn off your notifications, turn everything off, and sit in peace and quiet and journal and dream and align yourself with that beautiful place that you and God want to go together. That's my challenge to you. So 2 asks, maybe 3 asks for you. 1, if you like this, please subscribe. That shows me that this is valuable to you, that you want to see more of this. 2, if you do sit down and you do journal and dream, let me know. That is inspiration for me, because oftentimes I'm in a room by myself. I have no idea what impact this video is going to have. And so if you do that, let me know that you did it. And if you have the courage, you can email me or you can put it in the comments. What did you dream about? Where did God take you? And 3rd, this is the one, maybe 1 in 100 of you will do this. But if it's you, I want to encourage you to do it. Share this with a friend. If the message was important to you, if this was something that you found valuable, if you found this worthy of sharing, I ask you to share it, because I think that if we all tapped into the divine wonder and glory of where God wants us to go, if we all said yes to the call to adventure that God has for our lives, that is a glimpse of heaven on earth. Thanks for spending the time with me. I'm going to try and do this once a week, so stick around. I look forward to it.